You want to spruce up that luxury kitchen of yours? I've got some ideas to help you. Number one, in my opinion, the one thing that makes the biggest impact on a space for the least amount of investment is lighting. So you might have, perhaps you've got ceiling mount lights, maybe you've got pendants hanging down, perhaps you even have a light fixture, of some sort. All of those can be upgraded to LED if you don't already have LED in those. And on top of that, one of the big things that makes a big difference in a space is to simply find a way to add lighting either above your cabinets. If they go to the ceiling, you can't do that. Or underneath the wall cabinets, like here, having under cabinet lighting. And then maybe even the toe kick as well, okay? LED lighting is, especially for those applications, is very inexpensive. You do have to tap into electricity somewhere, and so work with an electrician. Or if there happens to be an outlet close by, you can plug into and run a strip yourself, or have a handyman do it. Number two, there's a couple of things that make a splash in a space for the look, for really inexpensive. That would be things like I'm going to call them your accessories of your kitchen. So that's going to be your hardware, your cabinet hardware, your faucets, okay, and then your backsplash. Those things are a little bit more quick, eye-catching items. Backsplashes can be a great place to bring in some color and interest, and for a relatively low investment, okay? Now, it depends on what you've got in your backsplash. If you've got your countertop runs up for full height backsplash, it'll be a little bit more work to pull that out and say do a tile backsplash with some color. I would avoid flooring. Flooring fits in that category like cabinetry because when you're dealing with your flooring, you've got your baseboards, it might affect your paint. It might even run into issues with regards to your, maybe you've got an island situation where it's sitting on top of the flooring. So some of those factors, flooring and cabinets are the two that affects the most adjacent products next to it, okay? Two other things, and I'm going to give you a little treat at the end here, by the way, about going back to the flip market right before the Great Recession and why so many people were making so much money on flipping houses and what it was that they were doing, okay? So, by the way, if you like what I'm sharing here, will you please subscribe or share this with someone you know? I would suggest painting your cabinets is a really great way. Now, probably if you're a 20-year-old home, you could have white cabinets, but you could also have maple. Possibly you might have cherry or some sort of oak. I'm not a big fan of painting over cherry because it's such a beautiful wood. But look, it's your house, it's your kitchen, and if you're planning on tearing it out in, say, 5 to 10 years anyway, then just painting it right now might be a great way to give it a fresh look for a minor investment, okay? I don't know that I'd recommend refacing or refinishing. Refinishing is a lot of work. I have a video I'll put in the description that relates to this. It specifically addresses those options for cabinets. But it might be worth at least a look. And finally, my little treat for you is regards to what the investors did for flipping houses. What was it that got them the quick return on investment? There was two things that they replaced to make the kitchen look new and get them a quick return on cash. It was countertops and appliances. Now, when you do your countertops, oftentimes that's going to affect the sink and the faucet, right? And depending on how thick you do your countertops, that could affect, the appliances next to it, like in a case like here with the range top, and so forth, okay? But it's worth a consideration, especially nowadays. Countertops have a few things that they're doing to make them become a little bit more of a significant design element in the kitchen, such as waterfall edges on an island. So it may be worth looking at. Finally is appliances. Now, most appliance situations, you can swap out the appliances really pretty easy in the existing space, especially dishwashers, okay? If you have a freestanding fridge. Now, if you go from a freestanding fridge to a built-in fridge, the built-in fridge is going to be taller. And so that you're going to now be affecting the cabinetry around it, right? Cooktops or range tops or wall ovens or other built-in items could be a little bit more tricky, but the freestanding items, if you have this freestanding range, if it's a 48-inch freestanding range, then it's really easy to find a 48-inch freestanding range to put in the place of that range. So, all right, guys, look, I'm Shad. I really love you coming and watching my channel, Kitchen Design. If you have questions, put them in the comments. I will answer them personally and be of assistance to you. Thanks so much for watching.